Big news out of Dallas, folks. Micah Parsons, the star defensive end of the Dallas Cowboys, just dropped a bombshell. He wants out. That's right. The defensive powerhouse who's been the face of the Cowboys' defense is now asking for a trade. Today, we're breaking down everything behind this shocking move. What led to Parsons' sudden shift? How did contract talks stall so badly that this once loyal Cowboy is ready to walk away? And what does this mean for the franchise moving forward? Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more NFL updates, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Is this trade request the start of a Cowboys rebuilding era? Or a simple contract dispute that'll get resolved soon? All right, let's get into it. Micah Parsons isn't just any player. Drafted in the first round of 2021, he quickly became a cornerstone of the Dallas defense. Growing up a Cowboys fan in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Parsons dreamed of wearing that star on his helmet. And for a long time, it seemed like a match made in heaven. But in a heartfelt social media post, Parsons made it clear. He no longer wants to be a Cowboy. He wrote, and I'm quoting here, "Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, PA. But then, the tone changes, and it gets real. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done." That's a pretty strong statement from a guy who was once a beacon of loyalty. So what exactly went wrong? Parsons is currently on the fifth-year auction of his rookie deal, set to make just over $21 million this season as a defensive end. But the real kicker here? That number doesn't match the linebacker designation money, which would be over $24 million. No contract extension talks have happened. Neither side denies that. And that silence, that lack of communication, seems to be the root of the problem. You've got to understand the backdrop here. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner and general manager, was under the impression the two sides were close to a deal that would have made Parsons the highest-paid non-quarterback in the entire NFL. Imagine that. The crown jewel of the Dallas defense locked in for the long haul. But Parsons' camp says otherwise. His agent, David Mulugheta, reportedly approached the Cowboys last year about extending Parsons' contract, but the team's focus was elsewhere, on Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, who both secured massive deals, becoming the highest-paid quarterback and second highest-paid wide receiver, respectively. Parsons said he told his agent to notify the Cowboys they were ready to talk after the 2024 season ended. But according to Parsons, the team just didn't reach out. And then there was that call in Abu Dhabi. Parsons said he reached out directly to Jerry Jones, requesting a meeting to discuss leadership, something deeper than contracts. But what happened? The conversation turned to the contract. Parsons admits they had a back and forth. Jerry Jones later said at the NFL owners' meeting in Palm Beach, Florida, that they agreed on length, total money, and guarantees. Sounds like progress, right? But here's the catch. Since that meeting, other elite pass rushers have sealed massive deals. Myles Garrett locked in a 4-year, $160 million extension. Max Crosby signed for $106.5 million over 3 years. And TJ Taylor, Watt set the bar as the highest-paid non-quarterback at $41 million per season. In the face of those numbers, Parsons' deal is nowhere close. And yet, the Cowboys have reportedly remained silent. Now, Jerry Jones isn't one to shy away from direct talks with players. Just 2 years ago, he personally ended Zach Martin's holdout with a 2-year extension that paid the All-Pro guard big bucks. So why the silence this time? Parsons says he told Jones that his agent would be calling. But when Mulugeta did reach out, the team acted like the deal was already done, which wasn't true. Parsons' camp says the Cowboys then went radio silent again. At training camp, Stephen Jones admitted no negotiations had taken place. Parsons reported on time for camp, but has been in a sort of hold-in. He's participated in meetings and workouts, but after a minor back issue, he's limited his practice reps. Jerry Jones stirred the pot at the start of camp, saying, "Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously." Now, to set the record straight, Parsons missed 4 games, not 6, but Jones' comment reflected a growing frustration with Parsons' availability and durability. Jones went further, comparing to Dak Prescott's injury and suggesting the risk of guaranteed money on players with injury history is a major factor for the team. Camp has been tense. At practice, fans heckled Jones with chants of "Pay Micah P." Jones said he heard it, but it wasn't as loud as the "Pay Lamb" chants from last year. Stephen Jones weighed in, saying, "It doesn't change anything. We want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid too." But then Parsons dropped the biggest bombshell of all. After all the back and forth, the mixed messages, and the silence, he announced his trade request, submitted personally to Stephen Jones. This is no small move. This is a player who's publicly severing ties with the franchise he once loved. The response from teammates was immediate and supportive. Trevon Diggs, DeMarvion Overshown, and Wanye Thomas all changed their social media avatars to pictures of Parsons, a show of unity and backing. And CeeDee Lamb, who faced a tough contract battle of his own, simply posted on X, "Never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular." That's a powerful message from within the locker room. So what's next? The Cowboys still hold Parsons' rights through 2028 with the franchise tag. But the last year of that tag would come with a hefty price tag, equivalent to the quarterback franchise tag figure. That's a lot of money to tie up. And if the Cowboys don't budge, will Parsons' trade request be honored, or will the relationship deteriorate even further? One thing is clear. This is a pivotal moment for the Cowboys. They have to decide if they want to commit fully to Parsons, the young defensive star who is still in his prime, or move on and take a different direction. The fans are watching closely, and the pressure is mounting. Remember to like this video, subscribe for the latest NFL drama and updates, and share your thoughts below. Would you trade Micah Parsons, or double down and sign him to that monster contract? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more NFL news, analysis, and highlights right here.